Hi, I'm Jeremy Bradley, author of The Official Guide to Being a Winnipeg Cheapskate. As we continue this special series for the Winnipeg Free Press, we look at getting some great travel deals. Now, last time I showed you my favorite website for getting sweet discounts on airline tickets, and there's nothing that ruins a vacation like blowing your budget before you've even left home. Now, there are a few things to consider when booking a hotel. The first few trips I took, I had to have the fanciest hotel suite with all the amenities, and we're talking a few $100s per night, a great view, maybe a hot tub in the room. But then I started to wonder why I needed such fancy digs when I would be barely at the hotel anyway. For example, I went to New York City earlier this year, and the first thing I thought of was staying in Times Square. You're guaranteed to be paying a couple $100s per night, simply because of the location, but is it really worth it? Not really, especially if you plan on being a typical tourist, walking around all day, maybe taking in a show and dining out. You might get up first thing in the morning and not return until late night, so that bed better be giving you a massage, and the shower better be spraying you with Dom Perignon if you're paying $300 per night to be asleep the whole time and only use 5 minutes worth of water. Most people make their hotel choice based on one thing: location, location, location. In New York City, most things in the heart of Manhattan are either a quick walk or a cab ride away, so avoiding the constant noise of Times Square might actually be a smarter and cheaper hotel choice. Now, once you've zeroed in on a hotel that meets your pricing needs and doesn't charge you an arm and a leg for internet access, you can start to wheel and deal with your room rate. Much like airline seats, the exact same room can have multiple prices, and you wouldn't even know that unless you called up the hotel and tried to sweet talk the staff. Now, I generally call in the middle of the night, where the front desk is minimally staffed. It might even be a manager answering the phone. And if you talk to them as a helpless tourist and build some rapport, you can find they're willing to hook you up with better rates. Did you research your travel dates? If there is a major event or two happening in town, room vacancy might be sparse, and it is unlikely that you will get a deal. But if a hotel is seemingly full, be persistent because there is almost always a room or two available. Think about it. What happens if one of their usual business clients needs a room at the last minute? Or what if a toilet or shower breaks and they can't use that room? Are they going to move that guest to another room or just kick them out of the hotel because there's nowhere else to go? Almost always there is a room available. Just make your approach wisely. If you go in for the kill right away and demand a room, you probably won't get one. Going for sympathy and using that helpless tourist thing can often work in your favor. Another tactic I like to use, and it might take a bit of practice before you can master this one, is to make it seem like you plan on booking a whole block of rooms. It's all about your tone and wording. Hi, can you tell me if you have lots of rooms available Thursday night? Or, I'm wondering if you have quite a bit of vacancy on Thursday. If you word it by simply asking if they have any rooms, that's when they'll tell you that they are filling up fast in the hopes of getting you to book right now. But if they think that you want several rooms, they might tell me that there's lots of rooms so I don't have to look anywhere else. And once they've told me they are pretty much empty, I can go in for the kill and ask for a discount. This is where your negotiation skills come into play. Would they rather have the room sit empty, or would they take $50 or $75 for the night? Finally, you can also find hotel deals online. Like I mentioned last time, most of the discount travel websites offer a lowest price guarantee. That means they'll match or beat the competitor's price. What I've found is that sometimes these sites offer you something cheaper than the actual hotel does. So yes, they are offering you rooms at the hotel for cheaper than the hotel. But when you call the hotel and mention that someone else has a cheaper price, you'll notice how sometimes the hotel staff might work to accommodate you instead of you booking with a travel website. After all, the hotel isn't having to give a cut of the price to anyone if you book directly through its staff. It might take a bit of time and some creativity or persuasion, but there are plenty of ways to save money for the countless vacation souvenirs that you're going to buy and absolutely don't need. Next time we'll talk about itinerary planning as we brace for another cold Winnipeg winter. There's a right way to schedule your time and the wrong way to schedule your time, and you don't want to waste your money. We'll talk about winter vacation planning. For the Winnipeg Free Press, I'm Jeremy Bradley.